Alright, welcome back to Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog. I'm with the Platinum Bond from Wise Innovation Technologies, and what I want to do is kind of explain to you how the controls work, and we're going to take it up the hill and see what kind of power we got. Now, it's got a low wattage mid-drive motor, and to tell you the truth, in my mind, the last thing you really need on a folding bike like this is a mid-drive and a front suspension fork. Just not, they're just things that you just don't need, but this bike's got them. It's a deluxe bike. So now there's something about the programming too. I don't know if you've ridden mid-drives. This is the Bafeng mid-drive, really popular. It can be adapted to a lot of bikes. Let me show you that a little bit. You can put it on a lot of bikes. You might have seen my recent 8-part series on the Ultimate electric commuter bike. Had that version, only a little more power. Okay, now basically these are the controls, and this will go up and down in our assist range up to 5. Here's the throttle, here's the shifting. We've got 7 gears. Now we're going to be using all the controls together all the time, unlike a regular hub drive bike where you just basically have assist and a throttle. This one you really got to be knowledgeable what's going on, and I'll try to explain it to you. Now another thing too, if you get this bike and it comes programmed the way this one is, I would buy the programming cable and reprogram it. The real problem here is when you're in a lower assist level, let's say 1 or 2, the throttle will only give you that much power, and it doesn't give you any chance to get out of tight situations. When you're in assist level 5, the throttle will give you full power, help you out quite a bit. Of course, if all of a sudden you see something you do, you don't have time to toggle buttons and stuff, you want to just get going. So we're going to use the belt cam, and I'm going to try to explain to you how this all works on the Platinum Bond. Okay, now the belt cam has had its ups and downs, and with any luck I can keep it up enough to show you all the controls. So here we go. So throttle here, assist level here, go to maximum 5, shifting here. Now in level ground you can start out in 4th gear and use any level assist you want. If we're going to climb the hill, we're going to use lower gears. So 4th and 7th on level ground are really the only gears you need here, playing with your assist level over here. So let's go. So I've got a little wheelie going on. That's real typical with bikes like this. There's a lot of weight over the rear wheels, so you got to be extra careful. I'm sitting practically over the rear wheels, so wheelies are a real potential problem. Basically, if you keep your rear end in the saddle the whole time, it shouldn't wheelie, but no guarantees. Okay, so right now we're in assist level 5 and in 2nd gear, and we're doing all right. So now in order to shift, you got to let off the gas a little bit, and then you lose all your momentum. That's another thing I don't like about mid-drives, is in order to shift correctly, you've got to let off the power. Now this particular setup does have a throttle assist or throttle cutout, so it senses when you're shifting, cut the throttle out for a microsecond, and it's a very smart way to go. So basically we're in assist level 5, going up the hill at 9 miles an hour. I'm going to go to 5th gear, but I got to let off the power to shift, and we lost all our momentum, so now I actually have to downshift again. A real bummer with mid-drives, and it won't shift while you're on the power. Now one with a derailleur wheel, this has a 7-speed internal hub, and it really doesn't want to shift when you're on the power at all. Now you've seen this hill before. I'm not going to take the belt cam out to show you how steep it is. So basically we're going 9 miles an hour. Now I'm going to pedal a little harder and try to get a good clean shift into 4th. And I'm going to do it while using but I lost all my momentum again, and now I really need to downshift. So one of the things about mid-drives, now some people love mid-drives, but it's kind of like riding a motorcycle or a car with a manual transmission. You got to be in the right gear, you got to jockey your throttle, and you're shifting and all that stuff all at the same time. So anyhow, we're making up the hill at a nice steady 9. I'm pedaling a little bit. Now what I'm going to do now is put the throttle on and quit pedaling. Now it does give me a little extra power, even though I'm in assist 5, so up to 12 miles an hour. So I'm going to go down to assist 3 now, and we'll downshift to 2nd gear. Got to let out the power to downshift, and we're doing 6.7 up the hill. Hopefully you can see that. So back up to assist level 5, I can feel a little bit of acceleration. Now we can leave, I'm going to go ahead and give full throttle. We can leave it in 2nd gear. Now the thing about these two is that you can tell what gear to be in by how hard you're pedaling. Now I'm pedaling a little faster than I might normally, so I really need to go in 3rd gear, 4th gear, but it won't shift. It hasn't shifted yet. I gotta let out the power, quit pedaling, let out the power, then it shifts into fourth gear. There goes a little chipmunk down the road there. So anyhow, we're jockeying the controls around. I'm holding full throttle now, doing 12.5 in fourth gear. Now I'm gonna go to top gear. But on a hill like this, it's really not a good idea. You're loading the motor down. You're gonna make the motor too hot. Even though I'm 13, I gotta go to at least fifth gear. I gotta let up all the power again, lose my momentum. And you gotta on a hill especially, you gotta be pedaling as fast. Let's see, let me show you what's going on. You gotta be pedaling as fast as normal, or else you'll overheat the motor. So we're going up the hill now, 14, full throttle, fifth gear. So we can do it. Okay, so I hope I didn't confuse you too much. This whole mid-drive thing, oh, it looks like I zoomed in quite a bit. So you probably didn't see a lot of that.